Amid Ukraine war and economic concerns, LGBTQ issues struggle to get G7 spotlight. The focus of the group of 7 leaders in Hiroshima has been geopolitics, economics, the war in Ukraine, supply chains and nuclear non-proliferation. But another key topic, LGBTQ issues, has been largely overshadowed. A G7 summit communiqué released on Saturday touched on the topic, with a vow to work toward creating a world free from violence and discrimination regardless of gender identity or expression or sexual orientation. We endeavor to work with all segments of society to ensure full, equal and meaningful participation of women and girls in all their diversity as well as LGBTQIA+ persons in politics, economics, education and all other spheres of society, the communiqué said. But host country Japan stands out as the only G7 nation that hasn't legalized same-sex marriage, although some municipalities offer a much weaker same-sex partnership system. Despite standing out, however, legalizing same-sex marriage is not a top priority for Prime Minister Fumio Kishida or the public. In an NHK poll released earlier in May, 44% of respondents said same-sex couples should be allowed to tie the knot, while 15% said they should not and 37% said they could not say one way or the other. Making domestic headlines in recent weeks has been a lawmaker-sponsored bill, submitted to the Parliament on Thursday, the day before the G7 summit kicked off, aimed at promoting the understanding of LGBTQ people. The topic was pushed to the fore after one of Kishida's closest aides was fired over derogatory remarks about sexual minorities he made in early February. The row forced the ruling Liberal Democratic Party to be proactive, but the bill, submitted by lawmakers of the ruling party and coalition partner Komito, was watered down from an initial version due to pushback from LDP conservatives. Phrasing in the bill was changed from discrimination on the basis of sexual orientation or self-recognition of gender identity shall not be tolerated to no unfair discrimination on the basis of sexual orientation or gender identity is allowed. Earlier this month, 15 ambassadors to Japan made a video posted on social media, spearheaded by U.S. Envoy Rahm Emanuel, voicing support for LGBTQ rights and against discrimination. The Netherlands was one of the first to legalize same-sex marriage more than 20 years ago, Dutch Ambassador Peter van de Vliet says in the video message. Why? Because we believe no one should be discriminated against for whom they love. Same-sex marriage was legalized in the Netherlands in 2001. But the video message angered LDP conservatives even more, with one lawmaker criticizing Emanuel over the move. If Ambassador Emanuel wants to influence Japanese policies, utilizing his position as ambassador, we will have him return back to his country immediately, LDP's Masamune Wada posted on Twitter on May 12. How we would promote the understanding of LGBT people is something we would decide domestically, he continued. Japan, a tolerant country, is completely different from countries that have banned and discriminated against homosexuals due to religious reasons. Still, LGBTQ advocate group Pride 7 sees the phrasing in the G7 communiqué a step in the right direction. Makiko Terahara, an executive at nonprofit Marriage for All Japan, said in a news conference Saturday that in order to realize a society illustrated in the communiqué, Japan needs to pass legislation to ensure the rights of LGBTQ people. I hope Japan will pass legislation beyond what is submitted in the parliament, said Terahara.